This is Ice Cream Gecko, and today I'm going to talk about something that is sitting on my keychain for quite a while now. And if you have read the title, you have spotted the item of choice already. I'm talking about the Victorinox Manager today and my experiences with it so far. This is something I bought as a replacement for my little keychain blade of choice that was before the Wenger Executive. This has got a few tools on it that I really wanted to have, so I switched those out. And I'm taking this off the keychain right now to make things a bit less rattly and noisy when I show you all the tools. Released off its chain, we've got the little beast right here. So the first tool I'm going to take a look at with you is the combination tool right here. We've got a cap lifter, a wire stripper and a small little Phillips head screwdriver. The cap lifter is very decent at what it's supposed to do, and the little screwdriver is rarely used, but surprisingly effective when you think about a small little screwdriver that you have with you on the go. Next up, we've got the main blade. This is rather small but useful enough for most things I need to do on the go. You know, cutting open some parcel packaging tape, all sorts of small things. This is decent enough. It is, however, a bit smaller than the main blade from the previous blade I had on my keychain, the Wenger Executive, and it is considerably smaller than the main blade of the Victorinox Ranger that I also carry as a EDC. I barely have to whip out this one though, so this one right here suits me quite well most of the time. On the other side, we've got the small little Victorinox Scissors. They're quite decent as well, decent enough to cut open parcels, to open up these nasty plastic packages of all sorts of things. Blister packages are my favorites. And these scissors are also decent enough to cut fingernails. A bit of emergency fingernail cutting prior to a meeting or prior to a social event that requires at least decent manicure. The last of the main tools is then the fingernail file, and I call it fingernail file with a little flathead screwdriver here because that is really all you're going to use it for. The file bed, I do not know if you can see this, is slightly recessed, which of course makes it easy to slide this in and out of here, but it's not so great if you want to file things down like this. It doesn't really work. You can only file down fingernails or something that is pointy enough to not be interfered with by these little ridges right there. Next thing, second to last, is the little pair of pliers that we've got here. The standard pair of pliers from the Victorinox tools, Victorinox Swiss Army knives. Very decent indeed, quite fine, perfect to pick your splinters out of your skin. And the last tool, which makes this not a rambler but a manager, is the little ballpoint pen. I barely use this as well, but it is nice to have every once in a while. I mean, usually when you've got to sign something, there is a pen around somewhere, but maybe sometime it isn't, and maybe your notebook somehow lost its respectable pen. Then you've got this right here. I've got to say though, with the key chain attached right here, that's quite an awkward writing position and everything rattles around, but I guess when it comes down to your last resort, then this will not be too big of an issue. Something that is also nice about this is that the knife blade opens up adjacent from the little keyring that it is attached to the keychain, which makes this a lot easier to operate. The Victorinox Classic, the really basic small Victorinox keychain knife, I say keychain quite a lot, am I? It is hinged right here, so you have to awkwardly hold back the keys if you want to cut something. That's nicer on this one, definitely. So now that I've showed you what it has got on it, we can finally come to the conclusion of this video, and I can tell you what I think about this. First of all, portability. Great plus for this one right here. Very simple, very easy to access all the tools. It is not too bulky on the keychain as well. And all the basic needs, at least for me, are covered. The price at just under 25 euros is not too bad as well. It's not a throwaway item for sure, but that's really not what it's supposed to be, right? I'm gonna keep this probably for decade or something until it breaks through some misfortune, probably. So for me, those 25 euros are well invested money. Things that are not so great are, well, one, that the file bed is recessed, so you can't really file down anything. You have to be a bit more specific in what you want to file with that. And of course the size of the tools. You know, sometimes you just wish you had a bit more real estate on the blade, you know, to do whatever you want to do. But overall, I've got to say, this is one of the most used multi-tools that I have been using since I bought this little thing, because it's just very practical and you always have it with you. And of course it is not intimidating at all to almost everyone, so you don't run into trouble in upsetting people with your dangerous blades in public. This is all I've got to say. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that I did a decent enough job at showing you what this is all about. Thanks again for watching. You've been watching Ice Cream Gecko, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, goodbye.